Teachers' delivery of instruction plays a vital role in the learning of students. If a teacher knows how to deliver a lesson in a proper and effective way, the learners will attain the right amount of knowledge that they can apply in their lives. An effective teacher teaches the mind, marks the heart, inspires, and influences the perspectives of every student. But they cannot be called effective with just a snap of a hand. They also need to prepare, plan, strategize, and undergo a process to be able to transform and sharpen young minds. One of the most fundamental responsibilities of a teacher is to deliver a lesson in an interactive and systematic way. But delivering a lesson cannot be successfully done if they don't have an outline, flow, or central of idea or the theme. This is why they need to prepare and develop a plan. The process of delivering a plan for an instruction is called the lesson plan. This lesson plan serves as a roadmap or guidelines for teachers that contain the goals and activities that should be done to achieve an effective and successful delivery of instruction. In this video, we will be learning about formats, approaches, methods, and challenges that we need to consider in doing a plan.
Engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and evaluate. These are the 5 E's that represent the 5 stages of sequence for teaching and learning. The 5E model allows educators to create a unique learning experiences for students. Teachers who can incorporate instructional models like 5E model into their classroom help students to build a strong foundation of knowledge through active participation. It is a planning tool for inquiry teaching that provides a structure for students, connect ideas with their experiences, and apply their learning to new contexts.
A traditional lesson plan divides into sections and subsections that includes specific of the lesson and unit planning so that any teacher or substitute teacher can understand the objective and take over the class in an emergency. There are 4 steps in creating a traditional lesson plan. First, identifying desired results. Identifying the specific content, knowledge, or skill that teachers will expect from their students help to narrow the focus of the plan. Second, determining a method of assessment. The assessment should measure a student's ability to achieve the school's education goals through summative and formative assessments. Third, planning instruction and learning experiences. Plan learning experiences designed to support educational goals and assessments with a deliberate focus on how the learning experiences support skill acquisition, transfer, and meaning-making. Fourth step, reflecting and reviewing. After designing individual lessons or the entire unit, it is essential to revisit Step 1 to measure how effectively the students' learning experiences align with the overall educational goal.
A direct, organized method of teaching is explicit instruction. Lessons are clear when teachers provide specific instruction. They demonstrate to students how to begin and finish a task. Some people can draw conclusions to choose the next steps or to navigate the unknowable. However, one confusing step or having too many things to remember can be a deal breaker for learners who study and think in different ways. Explicit guidance is thus necessary. Any age group of students can use it. Additionally, it can be taught to an entire class or a smaller number of pupils or a single student.
In this activity, we were able to show our mastery of the content by creating a detailed lesson plan with various activities that will engage students in the discovery of their new learnings. We created an OSPIA model of a lesson plan starting with O, objectives. Here, we formulated 4 objectives that are aligned with the SMART model because it will describe what the learner will be able to do and learn after the lesson. So it must be specific and easy to understand. S stands for the subject matter. This part includes the lesson or topic all the references and the materials that will be used in the discussion, such as audiovisuals, pictures, and many more. P is for the procedure. It is the longest part of the lesson plan and contains the flow of the discussion from the start of the lesson up until the end. Additionally, we include several subparts, which are preliminary activities or preparation, review for the previous lesson plan, motivation which could be done through activities, next, the presentation of the lesson, the development of the lesson or the lesson proper which starts the discussion, and then generalization and application. And E stands for evaluation. In this part, we created a 20-item multiple choice test to measure the learner's progress and assess the effectiveness of the teaching method used during the discussion. And lastly, A is for assignment. This could be done to give the learners opportunity to apply the learning objectives they have achieved or to give them an idea about the next lesson like what we did in our lesson plan.
In learning, we all know throughout the writing process, revision occurs. It complements our efforts to study well. At the beginning of making a lesson plan, it is inevitable to revise and give comments to change the things that should be changed. So, we give ourselves enough time to revise properly, as well as breaks for relaxation. The revision needs to be flexible enough to allow for some things taking longer than expected, but revising the lessons helps us gain more confidence and reduce anxiety that makes us well prepared for the writing process. Another, the importance of revising lesson, it gives us a chance to step back and critically assess our work, looking for opportunities to enhance its overall effectiveness, clarity, and sentence structure, such as spelling and grammar. Therefore, good revision and editing can transform a mediocre first draft into an excellent final lesson plan.
According to the study of Michael Thomas Sibulan, he stated the difficulties encountered of 39 pre-service teachers face when integrating ICT into their lesson plans for classrooms at Baguio Central University in Baguio City. He poorly stated instructional goals and a failure to address and integrate the three main lessons of a lesson plan. These are learning objectives, learning activities, and assessment were challenges encountered during lesson planning. Creating effective lesson plans can be challenging due to issues such as designing effective assessment to measure student understanding. Creating assessment need to make sure that all the questions are clear and aligned to the topic. Also, most importantly, in creating assessment, learners will enjoy while answering the activities and apply their knowledge that they have learned in the lessons. Another challenges in writing lesson plan is formulating learning objectives that must be aligned with the SMART methods stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. It is an important part of achieving a well-planned lesson, and it is the instructor's roadmap of what students need to learn, achieve its purpose, and taught the necessary objective.
Because of the feedbacks in our lesson plan, we were able to identify the parts that need some improvements, especially on the lesson proper. The questions has to be more complex and precise. We have noticed that improving our lesson plan will make it easier to read, understand, and follow. We improved activities that are indicated on the lesson plan along with the questions that connect and serve as transitions from one topic to another. We improved our questions by using questions that based on spiral curriculum. Spiral curriculum is a curricular layout in which important ideas are frequently covered, but with escalating levels of complexity or in various contexts. It is to make it more precise to make sure that the higher thinking order skills of the students is being used and developed. Also, the formulating of questions in evaluation parts must be formulated based on spiral curriculum. This means that the questions are being widened and precise, that it needs to make the students analyze the questions critically.